Hey everyone, hopefully the audio isn't horrible on this, but there's a lot of other shooting going on. But today I wanted to bring you another Let's Shoot. I haven't done one of these in forever and I'm out here practicing, so I figured I may as well document it and just share with you what I'm working on. When I talked about the 10 tips, one thing I really didn't focus on myself is really watching and controlling that rise and fall of the pistol. So that's really all I'm doing today. I'm just gonna kind of pay attention to where the rise and the fall is, keeping tabs on it after every shot, seeing kind of where they land, and then learn from there where to get my appropriate pressures and strength, and then check my form and everything else. Biggest thing I'm gonna focus on is leaning forward and then making sure to get my arms out, because I'm pretty bad about that. So let's go and do a couple shots and let's see what we can get. Shooting today, we're gonna have our staccato P, so we got a little bit of a cheat code, but let's see how it goes. Okay, our athletic stance, really lean forward, really pinch those hands together, come on out. I wanna watch where that rise and fall goes. And interestingly, I went a little bit low, but I came back center. So I'm coming high again. So on that last one, I came up a little bit high. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust and actually angle my wrists forward a little bit more. Okay, so you see on that last one? On that last one, I shot a little bit to the right, and that's because I could feel it in my own hand. I didn't put as much support side strength in. Now, what I'm actually doing is I'm actually putting a little bit too much, because you see all the shots are moving a little bit to the left and down. So I'm anticipating a little bit, and I'm also pushing too much with the support hand. So it's about a balance, okay? All right, let's keep going. All right, not so bad. Let's load up some more, and then we'll try and see what else we can do. All right, so for this set, I'm gonna care a little bit less about where the target landed and really just pay attention to that rise and fall and talk about it after every shot so that you can see what's happening and what I see and yada, yada, yada. All right, let's do it. Get a good stance, lean way into it, arms nice and far out. Okay, I came right back center. Came right back, came a little bit to the left. I came a little bit to the left that time when I came down. So I need a little bit more gun pressure pressing the hands together, which doesn't surprise me. I don't think I'm doing as much as I should be with that hand. Straight up. Now I'm coming up to the left again. So I got good groups, but I think it's my wedding ring. Don't tell my wife I took that off. All right, let's do a couple more. That's tearing into my hand and I can't get a good grip on things. I really want to watch for that rise and fall. It's kind of coming up to the left, which is annoying me a little. So what I'm getting an up and to the left, which means I'm not putting as much pressure on the pistol in the leftward motion, and it's tipping that way. So I'm gonna try and correct that. Now I'm straight up and down, and I'm out of bullets. Okay, so I added a good bit more leftward pressure. Now what I'm doing is, the reticle is always coming back center, so it's not that big of a deal. I think if I had a really good teacher, they may say, hey, it doesn't really matter, you're coming back center and you're shooting pretty accurately. But what I wanna try and do is get the rise and fall to be directly up and down, and that's what I'm working on. So let's load up another set and let's see if we can correct it even more. Just keeping watching that rise and fall over and over. All right, again, the rise and fall. So let's do it again, see where we're at, adding that extra pressure on the left. Okay, it felt all right. Probably a little bit faster than I wanted to go, but that's okay. I'm kind of getting the feel for it. Biggest thing I'm not doing is locking my wrists out appropriately, and I'm finding a huge difference in that. When I lock my wrists out, I kind of gotta watch it just kind of fish around and come back, where if you lock your wrist, it kind of just drops right into place. So, on top of everything else, focus on my wrists. All right, let's do 10 more. Probably wondering how far I am from the target. It's like 10 yards or so, I don't know, nothing too crazy. All right, let's do it again. A couple more of those. Again, watching the wrists and the rise and fall. I've really noticed like the leaning forward and the arms all the way out really helps with this too. Oh yeah, that's nasty. Maybe I should turn on the target camera. Hey! Hey, now you guys can see what I'm doing again. All right, let's try that again. We got 10 more to go, but I'm feeling great. Really that leaning forward, really that locking out. I bet you I could go faster. I'm just not good enough to go faster. And you know, it's a good way to tell you, don't always go faster. I'm learning a whole lot from going slower, and I should probably slow down and not go faster. So let's do that though. Let's do the next 10 slow again and end out this let's shoot. All right, let's do it. All right, so like I said, this last group, we're just gonna pay attention to our form, pay attention to what we're doing, make sure we're doing things right. It's not about going fast, it's about learning. It's about, you know, I honestly wanna get some things wrong because then I can see what I'm doing and correct it. So, biggest thing, I wanna make sure to lean forward, keep my arms out, and that makes the wrist kind of stay in place, which is kind of interesting. And then the rise and fall falls correctly. It's very windy also. All right, this is our last set. Okay, I don't like my grip there. I got something wrong, and the whole thing was just popping out of my hand. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it wasn't right. Nope. Okay, I'm supposed to be going slow. I'm getting excited. Okay, up a little high. So what I want to do is put more wrist in there. Probably lean forward a little. Oh, there we go. There we go again. Okay. I guess we didn't want to lock back on the last one. We'll be evaluating this as a duty pistol. It's not a huge deal. All right, so what did we learn today? Biggest thing, the rise and the fall training takes time and repetition. I like to think that a lot of things can be done with dry fire, but I really think that rise and fall is one that you can't just dry fire your way through. You're just not getting enough of the feel for it. And it really is a feel, and it's about pressures, and it's about balance, and it's about enough strength and not too much. Like, you could do way too much wrist, and then you're just dropping down to the ground, or not enough and you're way up high. So unfortunately, that rise and fall, you have to do with shooting, and that rise and fall, getting that correctly is how you shoot quickly. Like, it's not about just shooting fast. You control the rise and fall so that you can anticipate it. And like even mine, it's accurate shooting, but I can't anticipate the rise and fall because I don't have all that balance perfect. So that's the idea. I'll keep working on it. Maybe I'll come out here and do another let's shoot and see if I can learn anything and try some of the tips. But I want to say thanks to all of you. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for everything you do. And we'll do some other cool products for you. And thanks for joining me on this let's shoot. All right, everyone, Walsh out. Hey, you go.